Mic check, mic check. What's going on, world? You already know it's your boy SB, and I'd like to welcome y'all back to episode 14 of season 5 of the Roll Up Podcast. As always, before we get started in today's episode, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of y'all that's been rocking with me the entirety of the season. I really appreciate everybody that's been rocking with me for the entirety of this whole campaign. The campaign wouldn't be able to do what it's doing without y'all showing the love that y'all showing via social media. Because as I always say, again, the campaign is growing, the reach is expanding, and the community is being built. And it's all due to the help of y'all support of the Roll Up Podcast. So if you're new to the campaign, I would highly recommend that you follow the campaign via social media at the Roll Up Podcast. I would highly recommend that you subscribe to the Sauce Brady Experience on YouTube. I'm about to go in a whole different direction in a couple of months, and I want y'all to tap in because it's gonna be something real special that I got cooked up for this season. I will highly recommend that you check out the SauceBradyExperience.com. That's the official hub of the Roll Up Podcast. I got a lot of great things coming down the line, and the one sure way to stay up to date with what's going on is to stay tapped in to the website. I will also recommend that you subscribe, if you haven't already, to the movement on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts as well. The Sauce Factory is open. The Season 5 collection is available right now. And as a gift from me to you, use code TRUPOD at checkout. That's TRUPOD to receive 30% off your order. I got a lot of great content on the merch side. Working on something special for the ladies. So y'all be on the lookout for that in a couple of weeks as well. I also have 2 books for sale right now on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. One is titled Here's the Truth. The other is titled You Deserve Better. Again, like I always say, both are great reads to help give you the extra nudge to keep pursuing your dreams. So make sure you hit the SauceBradyExperience.com to grab you a copy of one of those books. I'll also be starting a new campaign soon called Gaming with Sauce, where I live stream some of my favorite video games, and we had the opportunity to do a Q&A so y'all can get to know me a little bit better. So make sure y'all be on the lookout for that as well. So as always, I got to take care of the business first. So we about to get into the topic of today's conversation. In the last episode, we talked about how it is important to visualize your dreams in order to help you manifest them. But the reality is, no matter what it is you're going to do in life, the going will be difficult. But as the quote for today's episode suggests, difficult doesn't mean impossible. It simply means that you have to work harder. When majority of the people think about the Jeff Bezos, the Elon Musk, the pay actors, the athletes, pretty much the top dog in any profession, you will get met with some pushback. Oh, they exploit their workers, Oh, their parents were ex-athletes, so they didn't have to work hard to get to where they want to be, and yada, yada, yada. And while that may be true to an extent, you can't overlook the hard work that they put in to get to where they are. You can't blame their parents for making the best of their opportunities and allowing their kids to be in certain rooms at certain times. Because the truth is, it doesn't matter who your parents are. It doesn't matter if they left you with a trust fund or you had to get it out the mud. Regardless of what you see, hard work has to be put in order to achieve their level of success. The journey to breaking generational curses is no easy task. You have to be willing to go places that nobody in your family has ever been before. You have to be willing to break old thinking cycles, and you have to be willing to undergo the most uncomfortable of positions to see your dreams come to pass. Again, the journey is going to be difficult, but difficult doesn't mean impossible. It just means you have to work harder. It's important that we drill into our psyche that there's no way around the hard work required to make our dreams a reality. A lot of people don't believe in manifestation because they think it's just a simple put it in the atmosphere and skip the work in between. A lot of people give up on their dreams because of the amount of time it takes. They give up on themselves because they aren't perfect right now, instead of taking the steps required to grow into the person that they need to be. And as I referred to many times before, you can have excuses, or you can have results, not both. You can either put the time in to make it happen, or you can sit around and wait for it to happen. And it's time that we stop crying about the results we didn't get from the work that we didn't do. It's time that we pull up our grown-up pants and get in the trenches. It's time that we stop avoiding the work. We stop neglecting ourselves by not respecting our needs. It's time that we push through the negative vibes that people are throwing our way. And it's time we work harder than we've ever worked before. In 2024, our dreams will manifest. Generational curses will be lifted and lives will be changed. These transitional phases are signs from our guardian angels that it's time to be who we say we are. It's time that we put our head down, and no matter what adversity comes our way, we are able to keep our eyes on the end goal and keep going. Because I've said this quote before, nobody remembers the one who quit. Everybody remembers who kept going. Do not give up on yourself. Nobody is perfect. Nobody has it all figured out. But the people that have figured it out, they understand that hard work is inevitable when you are attempting to do the unthinkable. The confidence that comes with hard work, combined with a heavy dose of gratitude, is the cure to ending the self-sabotage. The positive effects that being productive has on your overall well-being is the key to breaking the shells of depression and evolving into a new version of yourself. One of the hardest parts of this human experience is the resistance to change. And in order to get to where we want to be, in order to get what you want, change must take place, especially when it comes to the internal work. Taking accountability of your current situation, it can be a hard pill to swallow, but only after you've given yourself grace and permission to move on will we see what we are truly capable of. Because as we touched on, in some previous episodes, being able to see into the infinite void of space shows us that life has no limits, only the limits that we put on ourselves. So I'm here today to remind you that nothing is out of your reach. Anything that you desire, if you reach out, you can have it. If you take that first step, you can have it. If you can continue the process and take that 1,891st step, you can have it. If you can uplift yourself in the midst of storms, you can have it. If you really believe that it's possible, then you can achieve it. It may seem like it's far because of the magnitude of our goals, but with diligence, perseverance, unwavering faith, and a sprinkle of divine timing, everything will change. I am here today to remind you that whatever it is you aim to get out of your life, you deserve it. If you're on the path to walk a path less traveled, I'm here to encourage you that the level of success you're aiming for is 100% attainable. As we briefly touched on before, the 10 powerful 2-letter words, if it is to be, it is up to me. If it's going to happen, I got to make it happen. You got to make it happen. We all got to make it happen. It doesn't matter how hard the climb is. As long as we are willing to take every step along the way until we reach the top, we will get there. Because the days of giving up on our dreams and goals are done. It's time that we get aligned with the hard work required to be successful and to get to it. Because I titled this season the comeback season for a reason. This is the year when we have our breakout year and we get our prayers answered. This is also the year that we increase our work ethic higher than it's ever been in order for us to get to where we want to be. It's time to cut out the complaining, and it's time to get it in. It's time for us to put action behind our words. It's time that we do our part by minding our business, making sure we are operating from a place of gratitude. Because as we touched on, and we're going to dive in on the next episode, we have to be in an environment that allows us to be our true selves. And it's time that we keep our eyes on what's in front of us and make the best out of each day. So starting today, no matter how difficult the journey is, it's important to remember that the dream is a lot closer than you realize. When you combine hard work with persistency, reaching your goals becomes inevitable. I've dreamed of having my own platform since I was in college, and it was only after hearing what I told you today that made me take action to bring it into fruition. Again, when we put down our need to be in control and let life play out in our favor, we will see that God's plan is always bigger than what we realize. We just have to continue to trust the process and understand that each rejection was for our protection. Remember, what's for you will always be for you and will come to you at its appointed time. So with that being said, that concludes tonight's episode. Thank you again for spending some time with your boy. You know, if you started this episode before you got the day going, I hope it put you on the right note to push through. If you ended the night with this episode, I hope it's something that can simmer on your subconscious as you get some sleep, as you prepare to take over tomorrow. Be sure to check out thesaucebradyexperience.com. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the campaign via YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. Make sure you hit the Sauce Factory. Use code TRUPOD, that's TRUPOD, to receive 30% off your order. And as always, man, y'all roll a doobie because you deserve it. It's your boy. Peace.